Thank you. Good evening to all. The highly aspirational National Education Policy 2020 was developed under the able leadership of Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan. It aims to reorient the education system towards the meeting the needs of 21st century by providing quality education to all. As we all know, planning without execution is futile. However, education without planning would be fatal. NEP 2020 at hand, the real challenges begins to successfully in the education domain. In order to bridging the gap between the planning and execution, we are conducting 8 days theme-based webinar on transformative reforms under National Education Policy 2020 in association with Ministry of Education, Department of Higher Education, AICTE, and UGC. As a part of this, today we Annai Veilankanni College for Women is organizing our Day 6 webinar under the header of Quality Education, Re-aggregation and Teacher Development. It's my privilege to welcome our Chairman Sir, Dr. S. Devaraj, Vice Chairman Ma'am, Dr. D. Delphine Devaraj, Secretary Sir, Dr. D. Devanand, Director Sir, Dr. Johnny Christopher, Principal Ma'am, Mrs. Arlene Devasugin, and Vice Principal Ma'am, B. Mallika. I would like to express my warm greetings to today's speaker, Dr.C.V.Suresh Babu, Professor, Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science, Hindustan University, Chennai. And also extend my greetings to deans, HODs, faculty members, my dear students, and other participants, those who are enthusiastically joined here. Prayer. Prayer opens the door to God's beautiful presence. Let's start our event with a praise song.
There shall be showers of blessing. This is the promise of love. There shall be seasons refreshing, sent from the Savior above. Showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we need. There shall be showers of blessing, precious reviving again. Over the hills and the valleys, sound of abundance of rain. Showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we need. There shall be showers of blessing, send them upon us, O Lord. Come to us now a refreshing, come and now honor thy word. Showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we need. There shall be showers of blessing, oh that today they might fall. Now as to God we confessing, now as on Jesus we call. Showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we need. There shall be showers of blessing, if we but trust and obey. There shall be seasons refreshing, if we let God have his way. Showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but all the showers we need.
Thank you, participants. Small cheer. and great welcome makes merry
Who's
fest.
ready to hatch some cool pets?
A request
Click here to make
to Mrs.
your
Kala,
own
HOD's
monster unadapted
Department of
mind.
Computer Science and
Monsters
BCA
teach you
to present the
math.
welcome address. Take over,
Oh
ma'am.
my, that
Thank you, Sangeeta. Good afternoon to all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all for the 8-day theme-based webinar on National Education Policy 2021. Today's theme is under National Education Policy 2021 is Quality Education, Accreditation and Teachers Development. And it's my privilege to welcome our Chairman, Sir, Dr. S. Devraj, Vice Chairman, Ma'am, Dr. Delphine Devraj, Secretary, Sir, Dr. D. Devanand, and Director, Sir, Dr. D. Johnny Christopher. I extend my warm and hearty welcome to our today's chief guest, Dr.C.V.Suresh Babu, Professor, Department of Information Technology, Hindustan Institute of Science and Technology, who has joined here with us to share his knowledge and experience. I also extend my welcome to our principal in charge, Ms. Arlene Devasidin, Vice Principal Ma'am, Ms. Mallika, and other deans, head of the departments, and my dear staff members. Once again, I welcome you all for this wonderful virtual meet. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I request to Mrs. Sasireka, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Computer Application, please, to introduce our chief guest of the day. Take over, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon to all. On behalf of Annai Veilankanni's College, I welcome our today's chief guest, Dr. C.V.Suresh Babu. He is a pioneer in content development, a true entrepreneur. He floated NEP publications. He also ventured into SB Institute. He is a founder of Weldon Project Management Consultancy. He is an author of more than 60 books in computer science, management, engineering, and education. He has also contributed articles to journals. He has conducted technical workshops. He was the trainer for the Indian team, participated in the International Software Programming Contest in 1997. He holds PhD in Engineering Education from National Institute of Technical Teacher Training and Research, Chennai, along with 7 master degrees in various disciplines such as engineering, computer application, management, commerce, economics, psychology, law, and education. He also has the UGC NET or SET qualification in the discipline of computer science, management, commerce, and education. I once again welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir?
Yes, madam. Shall I take over?
Yes, sir. You can take over the session, sir. Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
First of all, my audio as well as video is clear.
Yes, sir.
Fine. And how about the screen? I thought I shared it. Okay, let me go. Well, on the outset, I love to thank the college management, staff, principal, everybody to given this wonderful opportunity in this afternoon. My special thanks goes to Mrs. Kala Madam, Head of Department, for inviting me for give this afternoon lecture on this NEP 2020 transformative reforms. Thanks for the warm welcome, Sasireka Madam, as well as Sangeeta Madam. Thanks for your wonderful welcome. So let's move on because we are just a little bit behind our schedule. Because it's up to we decided for go for an hour and so, and this is one topic. It's going to take weeks together if you go in depth of a discussion, because this was one topic in 2019. The draft was been released, and for the year, complete year 2019, whole year we had a lot of panel discussion, and we got a lot of suggestions from across the country. It revamped a lot of the draft has been refined, and finally it was rolled out in the year 2020. And this is just a year. We completed 1 year, something like a happy birthday. We are celebrating this birthday for this NEP 2020.
after here, just we are looking back how success it is. That's what the idea is from the Ministry of Education. They have been informed every institution who are rolled out this NEP 2000 to celebrate it, and then just to go for a review of what has been done so far, something like a progress report. This is not like simply a celebration. This is something like this program which a government initiated is something like a progress card for the 1 year, what has happened and how, where we are and where we have to go, the path ahead. This is what the plan is all about. I hope you would have already attended a few more sessions. Maybe this is our 7th session or 8th session. I don't know. Kala madam, is it 6th or 7th session, or this is the end of the
6%.
Okay, 6th. So almost 6 sessions you would have attended. And everybody would have taken one particular module, and then they would have given their report on what has happened. And here, this is just to see overall things about this particular module, what we are going to see now. And you people, this is not, I'm going to say, it's you people as an institution, we have to check our progress, where we are and how far we have been gone, and இன்னும் எவ்வளவு போக வேண்டி இருக்கு அப்படின்னு ஒரு செல்ஃப் செக் பண்ண வேண்டிய கட்டாயத்துல இப்ப நம்ம இருக்கோம். That is the particular purpose of this program. I hope that we have to understand. It's not a normal lecture where we come and give a lecture about NEP 2000, about this accreditation process. All these things are already over and things are started. Now we are there in a position to check ourselves. Something like a diagnosis report. We have to check ourselves whether we are going in a correct track or not. And I hope this particular group, as of now, we have around 84 plus participants. Madam, Kala madam, both faculty as well as students are there. No, majority
Yes,
faculties are there.
All the faculties are logged in, sir.
Okay, fine. And maybe or 20%.
40 staff members are there, sir.
Okay, 40. So out of 50, 84, 50% of faculties are there. That's very well and good. Now, the purpose I'm just asking here is everything you have to see in a different perception. Faculties should have and understand that in a different perception, as well as the students, they should know where they are. Because for them it is new. Almost they are being there in a route which is nothing to do with NEP 2020 for them. Because அவங்களுக்கு இதுக்கு பெரிய ஒரு அஃபெக்ட் ஆக போறதில்ல. 20 people who are going to come now get into this track, not for the existing student, but the existing students going to place a hell of a lot of challenges from these NEP 2020 batches. Now, with that, let me go ahead. I hope my screen is visible. I'll just move on to this. The idea about this particular program, as I told you, it's a transforming India from a NEP 20. And here, this particular program, it has to be, it has hashtag with the transforming education, which is going to be put it in a social media, where every institution across the state, we have been doing this program. And everybody took that particular module, and then we have been discussing about it. Now here, today's session, let me go with this one. Can you able to see the screen? Okay. Now here, our agenda is going to be about the module of quality education, accreditation, and then teacher development. The 3 components are there for us to discuss. And I'm going to divide the 3 components into 3 different modules. First is going to be quality education. What is expected from you people to roll out this quality education? Maybe this is too early. It's something like, we have to go long by any guess now to make it a little bit interactive, since a lot of faculties are available. Just check yourself, because where we stand and whether really we have been equipped with this process. And one more the information, let me tell you. I hope many of you are going for your NET exam. And in part A, paper A, there is going to be a special session on this NEP 2020. It has already been started. In email, for NET exams for people, for the faculty people, so you have to understand the entire process of this NEP 2020, because that is going to be nearly some 6 to 8 questions going to be asked in this particular area alone. And it is obviously that you have to know what it is and how it is going to be implemented. Now, to make it a little bit interactive, if you don't mind it, please, I just open certain questions to just come out, because this is just make sure that the right, wrong, and will make sure that you are there in a track. of this implementing of this NEP 2000. Quality education, accreditation, and teacher development is a one particular module we are going to discuss. To start with quality education, let me throw out what are the things you are supposed to implement it as of now, or it will be implemented. Now, any guess what will be the expected deadline for this rollout of NEP 2020? Any of you from this group, can you anybody tell me? இப்போ ஏற்கனவே 2020ல நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டோம். இது எதுக்குள்ள இந்த process complete implement ஆக போகுது? Any of you, if you don't mind. If you want to participate, because I know being a teacher for 1.5 years almost in online, you know how difficult it was to handling a class in online. நம்ம பசங்கிட்ட பேசுறோமா தனியா பேசணும் இருக்குமா தெரியாமே 1.5 வருஷமா நம்ம பேசின்னு இருக்கோம். அண்ட் அந்த சைட்ல உட்காந்துருக்கா இல்லையான்னு தெரியாமே ஒரு லைஃப் போயிடுச்சு. ஸோ இஃப் யூ மேக் இட் லிட்டில் பிட் ஆஃப் இன்டராக்டிவ், it will give me a lot of enthusiasm to give you a lot of information on that one. Okay, now the question remains open. Any idea when is your deadline for this 2020?
Maybe within 5 years, sir.
Okay, next 5 years. Fine. Any other answer? Doesn't matter. Listen here, right or wrong, because again, this is where you are going to learn certain things, and definitely that's not going to help you only for your career, but also people who are attending net exam. You have to face this kind of a question. Let me tell you, they are given 20 years time for completely rollouting this program. It has been rolled out by phase. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years to completely roll out this particular program into. They have been expecting 2040 the complete program will be taken charge. So there will be a paradigm shift from the old education to the new education system. 20 வருஷம். Why 20 years? That's it's not that you are going to do in one go overnight or over a period of time. இதை பண்ணவே முடியாது, because you are going to convert the entire generation. The 2020 rollout ஆன பிறகு it's going to be like a BC before Christ and after Christ sort of மாதிரி. We are going to have that one before NEP 2020 or after NEP 2020. We are going to classify as students itself whether you belong to 2020 batch, NEP 2020, or you are going to belong to pre-2020 batch. That's going to be a lot of difference going to be there. Like, for medicine people with the NEET and without NEET, similarly, it's going to be a lot of changes going to happen. It's not only for school education. Take any education in this domain, whether it is a school, teacher education, higher education, arts and science, law education, any education, there is a completely a revamp of the system. Now, let me go with the step by step what people are expecting, what the system is expecting from you for the quality education. Every teacher will have their own opinion about the quality education. When you do this, the teachers will have that should be better of quality. People will keep on talking about the quality, but this is the time where the quality education is going to be rolled out. Let me go with the step by step. Now, here the question is quality education, quality universities and colleges. Today we have colleges and universities across the globe, across the nation. Across the state, hundreds and thousands of colleges and hundreds of universities available. But the question is about quality. A new and forward-looking vision for this Indian higher education system. That is the objective of this quality education. Let me tell you, I'm taking one small module from this part because we are going to focus only on the higher education sector and school sector, school education. That's a major changes have been made. So I'm not going to touch in that part because we are going to focus only on this higher education. When I say higher education, after 12, after your schoolings, it's all considered with higher education. Whether it's a UG program, arts and science, engineering, medicine, law, teacher education, it can be anything. It's all considered to be in higher education. I'm going to talk about that chunk, not about the school part. School part, it's going to have a different roadmap for the school education. Here, I'm going to talk about only about the higher education, right? Okay. Now, some of the major problems. Some of the major problems currently faced by the higher education systems in India are I just put all the keywords in the left side of my screen. Started with accountability. Accountability is not been there. There's a lot of things about to say about the accountability. I'm not talking about the financial part. I'm not talking about the clerical part of accountability. Accountability, every stakeholder have an accountability. Students, as a student should have an accountability. Teachers have an accountability. The college management, they have an accountability. Everybody have an accountability, but very poor state in our system. The accountability was missing. Nobody is, if something goes wrong, immediately people will be pointing on the other side, saying that because of that, this has been gone wrong. Nobody is going to take the responsibility of saying, okay, this is my responsibility, and this is because of me. That's what not there. Everybody will be pointing on another's. That is a problem in our system. Accessibility, not everything is accessible. Either it is on resources, or it can be any kind of a stuff. Everybody not getting access to everything. Today we talk about no resources. Slowly that open source kind of a stuff is coming up. Not that's not enough. Every other now let me take in tier 1, tier 2 colleges. Tier 1 colleges are afford to access certain information or certain resources. The tier 2, tier 3, even the rural rural students should also have the equal rights of accessibility. But as of now, the accessibility is not there. I'm not talking about only the network process or a technology part. Apart from that, there are a lot of things. People who in a city school or in a creamy school, which the students enjoy, which is not allowed or which is denied to the other set of people, even in the city. Well, let me take college number A, college number B. College A, the students of college A are allowed to access something. They are getting access to certain things where college B students or teachers, even teachers are not getting access. So that's what accessibility. Affordability, I may not tell about that. Not everybody is about to do everything. Even the technology, also all the some kind of resources, only some set of people. So the kind of a commonality is not there. Equity, of course. When I say affordability, equity automatically comes over there. It is not equal. Engineering, let me take up on one example, since it's an arts and science space. A BSc computer science from one college, it's not equal to the same BSc computer science from the other college. You people should know. Let me tell you, if that reflects not only as an output product, even to get into the similar kind of a syllabus, one college is getting filled or getting seat is very difficult. The other college, they are gone to their doorstep to pick their students and come and to join in the college. So again, the equity is not there. Quality, all these things reflect in the quality. Now let's see this quality part. I'm just going to pick up some common factors and then I'm going to discuss it. And any point of time, people, please listen to me. This is not like a one-side lecture. I just keep on give you a lecture. If you feel this is more important, if you want to add value to this webinar, let me tell you, if unless and otherwise you just come and give your views, suggestions. It may be any not necessary. Everybody should have the same kind of a perception. Everybody has a different kind of a perception. When you come able to come and discuss or come and give your views, that's going to be a lot of value addition to the seminar. Now coming back, a severely fragmented higher education ecosystem. Yes, right now the problem is very, very severe. What I mean by severely fragmented, if you let me take the same engineering or arts and science, anything, you have clusters. Not every system, even though they all follow the same curriculum, not all institutions are the same. Every institution have their own thing. Even somewhere the fees structure itself change. So the affordability comes there, equity comes there, accessibility, everything because of that. It was being clustered. Now, second important issue that we facing right now in our higher education system, less emphasis on the development of cognitive skills and learning outcomes. And yes, as a teacher, I hope everyone will understand and you will accept this. We are not focusing on the cognitive skills and the learning outcomes. We focus on mark-based. Otherwise we call it as a CPG, all kind of stuff. See, that's not going to help at all. people who got 9.5 CPGA not able to do a simple task when he joins a particular company. The company says, okay, your marks are okay. For us, it's not going to make it any difference. You have to complete a task where you have to do. These people are not able to do that. And these corporates and companies come out with one terminology, very shame of ourselves. They said they are all considered, most of the people who get out of the college, especially in engineering space and even other space, they consider to be unemployable. Unemployment is very well accepted because that's an economic big there behind that. If there is an unemployment, let me say there is, because that's all because of this difference between supply and demand. But unemployable, when the job is there, then people are there, but they are not able to fit these people into the job. That's what we call as an unemployable. That's very, very unfortunate. This is very unfortunate. We cannot afford this one. Why? Because of this cognitive skills. People are not using the brain. They're just using their memory. I hope you people understand. Every people who got into first rank and even university toppers, college toppers, very good. After a year or so, we will get in feedback from the company. They are not satisfied. Their expectation, they are not able to fulfill their expectation of the company. So there the problem lies. A rigid separation of disciplines with early specific specialization and streaming of students into narrow areas of study. That's the computer only for this, commerce, accounts. People, when a computer science guy is asked to do some kind of an accounting problem, accounting issue, you has to completely depend upon somebody else. Because you have an escapism. I'm a computer science. Similarly, for a commerce student, you go there and ask them to do a kind of problem solving. He said, no, I am a commerce student. I can do only the commerce kind of stuff. I cannot do a problem solving. That's not going to help you at all in the real world. Real world, you cannot narrow down. As a normal, common people of this country, we say that I am a specialized in medicine. I don't do anything else. No. Can a doctor say I'm an expert in cardiac surgery? I don't know how to go and do an online purchase. You can't do that. No? There is a need for. That is why we came out with a model called multidisciplinary. Cross-disciplinary. Everybody should. Today, even as doctors are being trained in engineering. Coming with a lot of medicine related courses. Annai University came with biomedical engineering, and medicine people have started learning about data science and artificial intelligence. Things are changing. I hope you guys understand. So with that, I just want to the next thing. Next thing will be about some of the projected solution. As of now, I just make a stop here. I just want to check it out because check panikla na taniya irukana enake oru doubt. Ma'am, I am audible or what?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Next, let me move on to the next part. Then I'll just list some more problems. I'll just quickly go on. And one more, let me tell you, as a teacher, if you are really hardcore and conscious teacher, you all know because you've been facing these problems. It's not new, but and what to do? Solution is also there. But problems still remaining, and solution is also, we know that is a solution, but it's not solved. That is something else. I will come back to that. Limited access to, particularly in socio-economical disadvantages area with a few higher education institutes that teach in local language. That's what a very big issue so far, and slowly things are changing. When I say higher education, it is only about in a media of instruction will be on English. Interrupt people, they have some language issues, but they're so good logically, they are good, and aptitude as well as logical thinking and decision making thinking, all kind of a technical stuff, they are good, but the problem is about the language. Now what is the solution for this? And that's how slowly, you would have seen in news that this government had started initiating that just to add on this media in their own language. In our case, that even engineering subjects, hereafter it's going to be taught in Tamil. Very good move. There will be a lot of criticism. Doesn't matter. Idea is, end of the day, students understand the subject. இப்போ நம்மளே கிளாஸ்ல வந்து நீங்க ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் கான்செப்ட் இங்கிலீஷ்லயே சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தீங்கன்னாக்கா நல்லா புரியும், அப்படியே எடுத்துப்பான், அப்படியே எக்ஸாம் எழுதுவான். பட் did they really understand it? That's the question mark. People, even us as a teacher, ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஷனல் டீச்சரா மாறின பிறகு கூட நம்ம என்னதான் இங்கிலீஷ்ல படிச்சாலும், இங்கிலீஷ்ல டீச் பண்ணாலும், இல்ல இங்கிலீஷ்ல ஏதாவது லெட்டரோ இல்ல வந்து எனி கண்டென்ட் when you develop in English, all those things are outcome. But processing பாத்தீங்கன்னா இன்னைக்கும் you do your processing in your own language, whether it is Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, doesn't matter. It's in your own native language தான் உங்களுக்கு மண்டையில process நடக்கும். You might read it in English, you can repeat in English, but the processing, input and output may be in English, but the processing will happen only in your native language. அதுல எங்க ப்ராப்ளம் வருதுன்னா, input, being a most of computer science students are there, input is English, output is English, processing is in your own language. Let me put it Tamil. எந்த இடத்துல வருதுன்னா, இங்கிலீஷ்ல இருந்து ப்ராசஸ் போகும்போது தமிழ்ல டிரான்ஸ்லேட் ஆகுது. You need to be interpreted, and again the output from the Tamil to English ki interpret ஆகுது. Your output should be interpreted. அப்ப எங்க ப்ராப்ளம் நடக்குன்னா, interpretation. You understand in your own way, the processing will happen. When you understand in a wrong way, your process, the entire process is wrong. Hope people got it. என்னதான் அந்த கண்டென்ட் இருந்தாலும் அதை நம்ம புரிஞ்சுக்கிறது தப்பா புரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னா ப்ராசஸிங் தப்பா தான் வரும். நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு தப்பான ஒரு கான்செப்ட் மைண்ட்ல போயிடும். அதை நம்ம வந்து ரிப்பீட் பண்ணும் போதோ, either in a written way or in somebody conversation, it again the processing will give a wrong output. So it is about the interpretation of this of the languages. That is why the government has insisted even the media make it in Tamil. Number 2, limited teacher and institutional autonomy. Limited teacher. I'm not talking about the number of teachers. We have I know extra teachers out there. ஒரு இன்டர்வியூ நடத்துறோம்னு வச்சுப்போம். ஒரு காலேஜ்ல ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் இன்டர்வியூ நடத்துறீங்க. You call for, you give a call in a big media or பேப்பர்ல கால் பண்ணுங்க, வாக்கிங் பண்ணுங்க. 4 போஸ்ட் இல்ல 2 போஸ்ட் இருக்கும். Definitely 10 times more people will be waiting for the walking, all qualified people. Even if you today in a situation, yeah, you will be asking for NET, PhD, all qualification people will be waiting for the 2 post 20 years. It's not that we have a demand. Supply is more, but question is the quality. Are all these people are really a quality product? They do the certificates going to tell net to clear panitaka, can we accept that them as the quality teacher? PhD kaila vechirunda, can we accept them as a quality teacher? Adallam what is the metric for the quality? I just want to ask a quick question, even since madam is there as an head of department, you will be the right person, madam. Hello madam, how do you assess a quality teacher? Or which is what is the metric to assess in the teacher? It's a quality teacher. The NET and PhD is going to help them, or based upon that you are going to give an extra mark for the quality factor for your teacher?
The knowledge,
madam.
The knowledge what they share with the students, how they motivate the students.
Yeah, na enna kekkrena metric, how do you measure? Is it the degrees and certificates going to help you to measure their the quality? Maybe qualified, but quality.
No.
So definitely as an head of department, you know that one உங்களுக்கு recruitment பாத்தீங்கன்னா அதுதான் மெட்ரிக், வேற ஏதோ மெட்ரிக் கிடையாது. பட் ஓகே, அதுக்கு அப்புறம் உள்ள வந்த பிறகு what is the metric you are going to have? Simple. We used to say, all the institutions used to say, we have this first, we are the top 10 colleges in the thing, and in the paper when the survey and the paper survey, people also, all these things are rubbish. All these things are a kind of a marketing advertisement. You know what is the correct metric for the quality? Students. If they said my teacher my teacher is the best, அவங்க சொன்னா எனக்கு புரியுது அப்படின்னு ஒரு மைண்ட் செட் கொண்டு வர டீச்சர் தான் today we need it. But unfortunately, they doesn't have that autonomy to prove. That is what I'm trying to say. It's not the teacher's fault. But do the system allow the teacher to go down and explain the student in the way the student wants? No. எனக்கு இந்த பர்டிகுலர் டைம்குள்ள இந்த யூனிட் முடிக்கணும். அவனுக்கு போய் ரீச் ஆச்சா இல்லையா, we are not bothered. முடிக்கணும். Because you have a pressure, you don't have an autonomy to go beyond it. And one more thing, it's not that you in your class you have 40 students. Not all the 40 students are the same. Every student have their own way of understanding level, and your teacher has not enough time to go and teach each and every student in their own way. So somewhere we have to manage in media forward. அப்ப என்ன ஆகுனாக்கா அந்த லெவல்ல இருக்கிற ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு they are comfortable. But what happened, those students say, let me take a creamy student, they are so brilliant. அவங்க என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, என்னப்பா போர் அடிக்குது, இதை நான் வீட்லயே படிச்சுக்கிறேன், முடிஞ்சு போச்சு. So his motivation level has come down. Slow learners ஒரு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 2 நிமிஷத்துக்கு புரியுது, அதுக்கப்புறம் எனக்கு புரியல, அவனோ you lose his motivation. So somewhere we are not able to show all this, not because of the teacher's ability. The teachers doesn't have the autonomy to do that, because they are syllabus bound and test mark, it's a kind of a pressure. So here that is an issue what in current system faces. Of course, all these things we have solution in it. Number third point, inadequate mechanism for merit-based career management and progression of faculty and institutional leaders, exclusively for you people, for the people teachers. No, in what way people are got appointed as an assistant professor, appoint அவங்களுக்கு அடுத்த லெவல் போகணும், assistant professor, senior grade. Then you go for secondary, one more SL we have. Then we go for associate. Then we have a professor. In what way this has been assessed? We don't have a common mechanism. These are all some of the issues. Next thing, I hope you people let me put this way in this part, just giving you the information. Pop up here. Madam, am I audible? Hello, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. இல்ல நடுவுல எனக்கு ஏதோ ஒரு மெசேஜ் வந்தது. Okay, fine. So inadequate mechanism for merit based career management, that's what I told you. People doesn't have a proper mechanism. எனக்கு இந்த வருஷம் வந்த, it's not the number of years going to matter. That is really an unfortunate thing in our teachers community. People used to say, I joined the college 10 years back, so I have 10 years of experience. So we always calculate the number of experience based upon the number of years they served. I'm sorry, that's not going to work at all. Let me give you an example. Say, let me take, because again I'm picking example from computer science. I don't know. There is other department people will also be there. I'm just picking the example from computer science. People, one particular staff is given allotted programming in C, and the staff is been taking that programming in C for the next 10 years. 10 வருஷமா first year programming C எதை எடுத்துன்னு இருக்காங்க. இது சில காலேஜ்ல இது பெரிய தலைவலி. Digital computer fundamentals. அவங்க அந்த டீச்சர் கிட்ட தான் கொடுப்பாங்க. அந்த டீச்சர் தான் எடுப்பாங்க. 10 வருஷமா அந்த டீச்சர் அதே தான் எடுத்துன்னு இருக்காங்க. Now after 10 years she or he is claiming that I have 10 years of experience on this subject. claim பண்றது அதுல வந்து ஒரு நியாயம் இருக்கா இல்லையா? I want again I'm pulling down Kala madam here because she is heading this. ஒரு பர்టిక్యులர் ஸ்டாஃப் 10 வருஷம் ஒரு பர்టిక్యులர் கோர்ஸ் எடுத்துட்டு எனக்கு 10 வருஷம் எனக்கு எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் இருக்கு, because I'm the master of that particular course. I have 10 years of experience. If that staff claims 10 years of experience, அது வந்து கரெக்டா இல்லையா?
No, sir, it's not correct, sir.
Then அப்ப எதை வச்சு let me tell you, I'll give you the answer because we have very limited time. அந்த ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் செமஸ்டர் பேப்பர் இட்ஸ் ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு தான் இல்லையா, 10 வருஷம் அந்த பர்டிகுலர் பேப்பரை ஒரு பர்சன் ஹேண்டில் பண்ணி இருந்தாங்கனாக்கா he or she has 10 years of that 1 year experience. I hope you got it. It is not 10 year of experience. Experience ன்றது என்ன, புதுசா விஷயங்களை எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ணத எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ், not that doing the same thing again and again. ஒரு clerical job மாதிரி ஆயிடும். So maybe you become an expert in that particular subject. So expertise is not different. It is completely different between experience. Of course, he or she is expert in that particular subject because she has been handling for the last 10 years, but doesn't mean that she has an experience. Suddenly, மெட்ராஸ் யூனிவர்சிட்டியில போன வருஷம் திடீர்னு சப்ஜெக்ட் கோர்ஸ் எல்லாம் மாத்திட்டான், டிஜிட்டல் கம்ப்யூட்டர் ஃபண்டமெண்டல்ஸ் கிடையாது, ப்ரோக்ராமிங் இன் சி கிடையாது. அப்போ வாட் ஹேப்பன் டு தட் பர்டிகுலர் ஃபேக்கல்டி ஹூ ஹஸ் பீன் ஹேண்ட்லிங் தட் பர்டிகுலர் கோர்ஸ் ஃபார் தி லாஸ்ட் 10 இயர்ஸ்? அவங்களை எங்க ஃபிட் பண்ண முடியும்? அந்த ஃபேக்கல்டி எந்த சப்ஜெக்ட்ல போட்டாலும் உடனே சி லாங்குவேஜ் கதையும் டிஜிட்டல் லாஜிக்கல் ப்ராசஸிங் கதையும் தான் வரும். And I had an experience and I got this kind of research inputs at all. For a particular college, it has happened. 10 வருஷம் சி எடுத்து இந்த ஃபேக்கல்ட்டி அதை டக்குன்னு சிஏ தூக்கிட்டு பைத்தான் மாத்திட்டாங்க. பைத்தான் the person should handle. You know what happened? பைத்தான சி மாதிரி எடுக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாரு. Because he is so good in C, he cannot come out of that particular expertise. Each and every statement you explain to the student, he compare with C and started explaining it. Fundamental of that particular language itself gone. I hope you all people understand. So there should be some kind of mechanism, not because of this kind of metrics. There should have some other metrics, and of course the NEP 2000 already gave a lot of metrics to measure this kind of expertises. Let me move on to the next one. I hope people are there with me. Next. Now the other issues are lesser emphasis on research at most universities and colleges. And very unfortunate that at the college level, people are not focusing on research because they don't have scope for it. Even though a person who completed his PhD and joining in a college, and the college doesn't have an engineer, doesn't have that research department. You know what? She or she has given that particular subject. She has to teach that subject in a normal way. She also another teacher with a PhD. It doesn't இந்த ஒரு 4 வருஷம் இந்த வேலையை பண்ணாக்க அவங்களுக்கு ரிசர்ச்ன்ற அந்த ஆட்டிடியூட்ல இருந்து வெளில வந்துருவாங்க. Suddenly there is a change and people ask them to do a research. அவ்வளவுதான், 4 வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறம் ரிசர்ச்ல இல்ல, அவங்களுக்கு மறந்தே போயிருக்கும் என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னு. So they don't have an atmosphere, an ecosystem to their research. And college research, they focus only on marks as well as the routine class work. Idla dana thavara avangalukku research ku scope kadiyadu. But what's the point in having PhD? Let me tell you, people doing PhD, let me give you in my own experience. PhD vandu I don't know whether how many of you really accept it or not. PhD is it's something like a driving license. Unga driving license vaanganadhukku what is the purpose of getting a driving license? It's something like doing driving a car. Car or vandi or two-wheeler or ஓட்டறதுக்கு you are licensed. Similarly, your PhD is nothing but a driving license. For what? For doing research. நம்ம இல்லைங்க அதை நிறைய பேர் ஈவன் டிரைவிங் லைசன்ஸ்ல இந்த பேர் இருக்கு. ஏதோ ஒரு எட்டு போட்டுட்டு டிரைவிங் லைசன்ஸ் வாங்கி வச்சிருவாங்க, அவ்வளவுதான். அதை ஒரு ஆதார் கார்டோ ஐடி கார்டு மாதிரி தான் யூஸ் பண்ணிப்பாங்க தவிர அவங்க லைஃப்ல வண்டியை ஓட்ட மாட்டாங்க. இன்னைக்கு பாதி PhD அப்படிதான் இருக்கு. ஆஃப்டர் கெட்டிங் a PhD, okay, I'm a doctorate, that's all. But இதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் ரிசர்ச் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுது. Long way to go. But unfortunately, people are stopping the research, thinking that is the end of the research. I'm sorry, PhD is only the beginning of your research. அதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் ரிசர்ச், ஆக்சுவல் ரிசர்ச்சை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க. இது சும்மா எட்டு போடுற மாதிரி. இப்போ நம்ம வாங்குற PhDs எல்லாமே ஆர்டிஓ ஆபீஸ்ல போய் ஒரு எட்டு போட்டு காமிச்சு உங்களுக்கு LLR கொடுத்த கதை தான். வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் ரிசர்ச் ஆரம்பிக்கும். நம்ம ஆளுங்களுக்கு என்ன ஆகுதுன்னாக்கா அவ்வளவுதான், I'm becoming a doctorate, I'm a researcher. No, that's completely different. And the institution should provide an environment, because that's not available in existing system. Because existing system, it is a teaching institutions, not the research institution. Suboptimal governance in the leadership of HEIs. Suboptimal governance. What do you mean to? I'm talking about the style of administration in most of the higher education institutes. They are suboptimal. The professionalism is not there. அவங்க என்ன பண்ணணுமோ அதுல பாதி தான் பண்றாங்க. That's a suboptimal. And ineffective regulatory system. What do you mean by regularity system? இப்படிதான் பண்ணணும் அப்படிதான் பண்ணணும் ஒரு ப்ராப்பர் ஸ்டாண்டர்ட்ஸ் கிடையாது. Let me tell you one common statement. Rules are there. Everywhere there is some kind of a rule. But in the institutions, you show me the man, I will show you the rule. I hope you people understand. I don't know whether you got this point right. Show me the man, show me the rule. I will show you the rule. அப்படின்னா என்னன்னா ரூல் இருக்கு, யாருக்கு அது அப்ளிகேபிள் ஆகும்? It happens in many institutions. அந்த பார்ஷியாலிட்டின்னு சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, ஒருத்தருக்குன்னா ஒரு ரூல் அப்ளை ஆகும், இன்னொருத்தருக்கு இட்ஸ் நாட் தட் what is applicable for him A it will applicable for B. That's not the case. And in a real life, most of the institutions have doing that part. Again, there is a flaw in this our education system. Large affiliating university resulting in low standards of undergraduate education. இது நம்ம சொல்லணும்னே அவசியம், எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணணும்னே அவசியமே இல்லாத பாயிண்ட். ஏற்கனவே majority of output of graduates outcome graduates are under the standards, low standard people. அதுவும் very unfortunate 2020 and 21 batch. வெளியே வரவனுக்கு சப்ஜெக்ட் தெரியுமா தெரியாதான்றது அடுத்தது. Very unfortunate the 2020-21 batch subject தெரியுமா தெரியாதுன்னு அடுத்தது. என்ன சப்ஜெக்ட்னே தெரியாத பசங்க தான் இன்னைக்கு நிறைய வெளில வராங்க. And we also gave an opening. See how pathetic it is. We are given an opening. Last 10 வருஷம் டிகிரி முடிக்காதவங்க எல்லாம் இப்ப முடிச்சுட்டு போயிடலாம். Corona batch. The credit goes to Corona. Very, very unfortunate. And okay, everybody will have that degree. But what's the purpose of it? Any use? ஏதோ ஒரு இடத்துல பிளேஸ்மெண்ட்டோ வாங்கிடுறீங்க, பட் how long you are going to survey there? அவனா இது உன்னை தலையெழுத்தா நீ பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் வந்ததுனால வருஷம் ஃபுல்லா வச்சுன்னு உனக்கு ரிட்டையர்ட் ஆகிற வரைக்கும் வச்சு பண்ணு. They are result oriented. Today's companies are for survival, result oriented companies. Unless if you are not able to give you the results, expected results, immediately you will be terminated. So that is how the problem is getting complicated. Let me move on. So let me give you some of the this policy envisions following the key changes in the current system. Okay, இதெல்லாம் whatever things I told you எல்லாமே ஏதோ இடத்துல நம்ம கண்ணு முன்னால பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கோம். வேற எங்கேயோ பார்க்குறோம், இல்லை நம்ம கிட்டேயே நம்ம சில பிரச்சனைகளை பார்த்துக்கோம். So the new system, what it says, I'm just going to give you a couple of slides. I hope people are there with me. Madam, எவ்வளோ டைம் இருக்கு? Because I thought we are born in different time zone, I believe.
So we started the session at 3:20, sir.
சரி, இல்ல நீங்க அது ஓகே, எவ்வளவு தூரம் போலாம், எனக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு டைம் நீங்க அப்பப்போ இண்டிகேட் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா தான் நான் பேசினே போயிருப்பேன். பாதி பேர் ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டு போயிட்டு இருப்பாங்க.
ஒரு 15 minutes sir.
15 minutes. ஓகே, எனக்கு 10 நிமிஷத்துல ஒரு அலாரம் கொடுங்க.
Okay sir.
ஓகே, ஏன்னா நம்ம பசங்களுக்கு அப்ப சொல்லிடணும். நம்ம என்ன most of the students are there and faculty is also there. Hope everybody are there at home or காலேஜ்ல இருக்கீங்களா?
இல்ல சார், வீட்ல தான்.
காலேஜ்ல இருக்கிறது கூட இப்போ இவ்வளவு பரவாயில்லைங்க. இந்த வீட்டுல இருக்கிறது இல்லையா, அந்த 4 மணிக்கு ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் அங்க ஒருத்தர் காஃபி வருமா வராதான்னு வீட்டுல ஒரு சைட்ல இருந்து ஒருத்தர் எதிர்பார்த்தே இருப்பாங்க. ஒருத்தருக்கு இந்த சீரியல் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகிற டைம் வந்துடும். எத்தனை பேர் நம்ம டார்ச்சர் பண்ணிட்டு நம்ம இங்க உட்காந்து வெபினார் நடத்திருக்கோம். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் மோர் காம்ப்ளிகேட்டட் திங் இன் டூயிங் திஸ் ப்ராசஸ் அட் ஹோம். பசங்களுக்கு பிரச்சனையே கிடையாது. நீ ஏதாவது ஆன் பண்ணிட்டு போ பிரசன்ட் ஒண்ணு கொடுத்துட்டு நம்ம வீட்டு வேலையை பார்த்துட்டு போயினே இருப்பாங்க. Okay, now let me go with the solutions, not exactly solutions, what you are supposed to do, and these are the steps or system has come up with certain suggestions. And there are institutions which already started rolling out these solutions, steps, because it's a question of survival. Let me give you in a point blank manner whether you take it the right way or not. There is only two options for you, either to follow it or whether to if you want to survey, you have to change yourself. நான் இப்படியே தான் இருப்பேன், ஆனா கண்டினியூ பண்ணுவேன், நான் இப்படியே இருக்கலாம், ஆனா கண்டினியூ பண்ண முடியாது. கூடிய சீக்கிரம் நிறைய சேஞ்சஸ் வரும். We will be out of our game unless and otherwise you change yourself according to the new system. Now let me go with one by one, moving towards multidisciplinary universities and colleges with more higher education institutes across India that offer medium of instruction in local and Indian languages. Now let me tell you what is this multidisciplinary universities. Let me take my own case. I'll just since I come from Hindustan, I'll just take my own case here. Hindustan has initially it was meant only for engineering stream, and slowly we are since there is a need for change, we are just moved on to the multidisciplinary. You know what we did? We introduced science, humanities. We introduced arts process now. Now we started economics, we started psychology, and we also gone for fine arts. We are gone for fashion designs. Now last year we opened a new school for law. So it is a multidisciplinary. சரி, எல்லாமே தனித்தனி ஸ்கூல். இதுல as a student எனக்கு என்ன, நான் பாட்டு engineering படிக்க போறேன். Not like that. Engineering students can take one second, there is a guys, give me a couple of minutes. My battery is down. I'm just going to give you put it in UPS.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry for the inconvenience. I hope you people able to get a similar kind of audio and video here.
Yes, sir.
For any change.
Yes, sir.
We can
Ma'am?
continue, sir.
Okay, we can continue. Okay, fine. Sorry for the inconvenience. Let me move on. So moving towards fact, okay, let me go with that one. Multidisciplinary, I'm talking about since every institution goes with it, and engineering students can take in psychology. Even if I say my engineering computer or IT students are doing a couple of psychology paper, the question comes, engineering psychology. That too, he has gone with cyber psychology. People working in online, we talk about cyber security, but beyond that, there is some kind of a psychologist behind it. And IT student, law students comes and take up a course in IT, especially for their cyber attacks. So there is a need for a multidisciplinary. And in future colleges or in universities, it's going to be a campus of institutions, not one particular institution. Let me give you an appreciate your institution. Your institution already a campus. You know what? If I'm not wrong, you, apart from arts and science, you have a teacher education institution in the campus. You have a school education. I don't know whether you people have nursing and pharmacy. I don't know. Madam, where are institutions?
Engineering, pharmacy, teacher training, nursing.
Very good. Very good. But as of now, எல்லாமே வந்து cluster based தான் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க இல்லையா? Nursing separately, teacher education separately, school education separately. அப்படி தானே இருக்கு?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we don't have any relationship among yourself. But the same setup is really welcomed by this HEI. New NEP வந்து இது மாதிரி தான் இருக்கணும்ன்றான். பட் ஆனா நீ தனித்தனி கிளஸ்டரா இல்லாம you have to have some kind of overlapping. Your students might have, say for example, computer science students might go and take up 2 courses as an optional or elective from nursing. இது வரைக்கும் நீங்க அதை திங்க் பண்ணி பார்த்தது இல்ல. Future this is going to happen. Let me tell you one thing. Similarly, B.Ed students, they are going to have an integrated B.Ed, like in a BSc B.Ed, BCom B.Ed, 4 years. Anyway, I'm going to talk in coming slides. They are going to have a BSc as well as B.Ed. Now, as of now, B.Ed is 2 years, and BSc is 3 years, 5 years. Yeah, they make it as a multidisciplinary course. Then they are going to call it as an integrated course. So, people at the end of 4 years, they will be getting 2 degrees. One is BSc B.Ed. And interestingly, they have multiple entry and multiple exit. I hope you people are already in some previous webinars, you people are discussed about that. Topics discuss. A person who want to discontinue after 1 year, they will be sent out by giving a certificate. After 2 years, they will give a diploma. After 3 years, if you want to come out of your institution, they will give a degree. But you cannot do a PG. You want to do a PG, you have to do a 4-year integrated course. Then only you are allowed to do a post-graduation. And interestingly, post-graduation is only 1 year. So this is the kind of stuff it's going to come. It's already there. As I said, all these things are going to be implemented before 2030. In the multidisciplinary approaches will be implemented by 2030. There is one more roadmap given for 2025. 35. This very phase by phase, things are going to roll out, and it's going to be implemented. At the end, 240 lakh completely, it's going to be a new system. Decide about people who are this system in 2040, next 20 years. If you are still in service, you are going to see 2 different phenomena in this education system. And let me tell you, people who are, for the students who are going to come out of this degree, like in the show, degree, good, you are not going to affected by 2020 directly, but severely you are going to have a competition from these 2020 students, NEP 2020 students. You know why? They are going to come, they are going to brought up in a different kind of an education system. Their caliber is going to be enormously strong, and you people are going to get into challenge. People, students are sitting over here, they're in a second year as a pre-final years and final year. Maybe in the next 10 years, you are going lead a professional life. 10 வருஷத்துக்கு பின்னால வர ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸும் உங்களுக்கு பயங்கர காம்படிஷனா இருக்க போறாங்க. ஏன்னா அவங்க வளர்ந்த விதமே வளர்ந்து கத்துக்கின விதமே வேற மாதிரி வரப்போகுது. அவங்க முன்னால உங்களால நிக்கவே முடிய போறது இல்ல. So better you keep yourself let me move on to the next point. Moving towards a more multidisciplinary undergraduate education. That's what I'm trying to say. Moving towards faculty and institutional autonomy. What do you mean by the faculty and students' autonomy? Institutional autonomy. Faculty, if you decided in the student set of students, okay, I'm going to teach something else, or I'm going to teach them with a different pedagogy. It's your autonomy. Nobody is going to question about you. You have to decide about your pedagogy. As of now, it's not there. Institutional, they want to have a syllabus by themselves. You go. That is why the next 5-6 years, almost all the colleges going to get autonomous. They're not going to be like affiliated colleges as we have now. Petas University affiliating the colleges and the process. Every individual is going to, individual institution is going to be an autonomous institution. They are going to have the system, but unless and otherwise you give a difference. Quality wise, it has not been improved. Naka, it's a survival problem for the institutions. So better, if you want to survive, you have to be fit. Now, next, let me move on to the next suggestions. Revamping curriculum, pedagogy, assessment, and student support. Complete your curriculum and the pedagogy. Pedagogy, let me give you a couple of simple examples because that's not our point over here, because that is a different topic by itself. Maybe you would have heard about flipped classroom and blended education. Those things going to dominate in coming future. Reaffirming the integrity of the faculty and institutional leadership positions. As I told you, what is the limitation? The faculty have to wait for 10 years for getting the promotion to come to the next level to get an autonomy. No, not like this. If you've shown your performance, definitely there is going to be a result for it. Establishment of National Research Foundation. That's going to be a new phenomenon. Like what we have been seeing now as what is that? That we have UGC, ACT, NCTE. They are going to higher education institution for autonomy body research autonomy. So the entire institution is going to be classified into two categories of institution. One will be research focused, and another will be teaching focused. You have to decide which one you are going to follow. Research focused universities. University itself is going to be research focused universities. They are going to be 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule. 80% will be focus. 80% of the work will be focused towards research, and only 20% will be on teaching. Whereas the other side, it will be at the same 80-20 in a different, in a ulta way, 20% research and 80% teaching will be there. So they are going to have a bifurcation in this process. Now that's what we want. Now, governance of HEI, when I say HEI, higher education institutes, by independent boards having academic and administrative autonomy. But as of now, you know what happened? It has been governed by AICT or UGC. Now it's going to be independent boards. There are a lot of boards now. No more NAC and NBA and all. That's no more NAC and NBA. All those things are going to come under one particular independent body. That's nothing to do with the UGC. They are going to go for this body. Then, of course, it's going to be light but tight regulation, but a single regulatory of higher education. You need not do too much of it. NAC apply pandringa illa NP apply pandringa 6 மாசம் prepare பண்ணி document prepare பண்ணி regular work பண்ண முடியாம இதே பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். One day visit வரும், they will give you some AA plus something they will give and go. அதெல்லாம் இருக்கு பாருங்க. It's going to be light but tight. They are not going to visit. Let me give you that point. But anyway, that I'm going to talk when it comes to accreditation. I don't know accreditation time accreditation process. It's not going to be they are going to come. You are going to give a self-disclosure thing online. இதெல்லாம் நாங்க பண்ணியிருக்கோம் நீங்க கொடுக்க போறீங்க. அவ்வளவுதான். நீங்க கொடுத்ததுக்கு பேஸ் பண்ணி அவங்க வந்து they are going to give you the standard, the levels. Some இப்போ AA plus-ன்ற மாதிரி கொடுக்க போறாங்க. But if they found that what is given in self-disclosure is wrong, then you are going to get into a heavy penalty or heavy actions will be taken. நீங்க சொன்னதை கரெக்டா கொடுத்திருக்கோம். They are not going to give you some standards. Whatever things you have, that you are going to disclose, and based upon that, they are going to give some kind of marks for that. If at the later stage they found it the disclosure itself wrong, you're going to get into trouble. Now, increase access, equality, and inclusion. All those things, I listed out some of the issues. All those things kind of come, will be taken away care by the new system. Now come to the accredited. Madam, I have at least 5 minutes time.
Okay,
Shall move on to the
okay,
accreditation.
Okay.
Okay. Accreditation. Because, yes, please. Hello. Sorry. Let me go quickly about the accreditation process. The first process is about quality education. Number agenda quality accreditation as well as teacher development. If accreditation, quick, just move on. There's too much of points are there in accreditation. As I already told you, there is a lot of deadlines are fixed. By 2040, all higher education institutions shall aim to become a multidisciplinary institutions. So 2040 Annai Veilankanni எப்படி இருக்கும்னாக்கா ஒரு மல்டி டிசிப்ளினரி யூனிவர்சிட்டியா இருக்கும். இருக்குமா? இருந்தே ஆகணும். Where you don't have any choice. There shall be by 2030 be at least one large multi-disciplinary higher education will be there in every district. ஒவ்வொரு மாவட்டத்திலும் மினிமம் 2030 இன்னும் 7 வருஷத்துல ஒவ்வொரு மாவட்டம். Okay, of course Chennai is no metropolitan city. There are many in that particular format. இன்னைக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா Savita is there, and VIT has come up, and Satyabama has gone with the multidisciplinary. இது மாதிரி நிறைய higher education institutions private sectorல வந்துட்டாங்க, not in a government sector. Government state universities, Madras, Bharadas, and Periyar, all those things have to be converted into multidisciplinary university. Otherwise, they're going to consider only as a teaching universities. இதெல்லாம் வந்தாதான் உங்களுக்கு அந்த grant எல்லாம் sanction ஆகும். The aim will be to increase the gross enrollment ratio of higher education. As of now, 2018 survey, 26.3% is the gross enrollment number in higher education. அதாவது என்னன்னா 12th முடிக்கிற 100 பசங்கள்ல 26 பசங்க தான் ஹையர் எஜுகேஷன் போறாங்க. அப்ப எங்க போறாங்க? That's a different story. That's nothing to do with that. அது போகாததுக்கு பல ரீசன் இருக்கும். But what is the yardstick they made by 2020, NEP 2020 is by 2035, at least 50% of people who complete the schooling should go for higher education. So that's it. I'm not getting into detail of all those things. So உங்களுக்கு அந்த outline மட்டும் சொல்லிட்டு போறேன். Next, let me move on to the another important thing. Now, as I told you, I don't know whether people can able to, there is two categories of universities. One is research intensive universities and teaching intensive universities. I told you 80-20 rule. 80% will be focusing on research and 20% will be focusing on teaching. The other universities are teaching intensive universities. 20% only will be focusing on research and 80% they will be focusing on teaching. Okay, I'll just move on because most of things are parallelly now overlap. I just move on because time concern, and I just want to spend some time on question and answer, especially from students as well as from faculties, because there is a lot of misconception, misunderstanding of NEP 2020, and a lot of politics also been getting started. Government said we have our own education policy for state government. It's very narrow politicization on but we are not going to get into that one. We are going to talk only about NEP, which has already been rolled out, and we have been part of NEP. So adanaala idhula irukra the misconception, misunderstanding mudinja alavukku if able to clear those misunderstanding, I am happy with that will be the purpose of this particular webinar. Now coming to the teacher development, as I told you, majority 50% plus teachers are there. They will be very much interested in this part of what is that for me, NEP 2020, what as a teacher நான் இப்படியே இருக்க போறேன், மாற போறேன், நிறைய மாற்றங்கள் வரப்போகுது. That's not, no doubt about that. A lot of changes going to come. Are you people are ready for the change? What do you mean by that? நான் இன்னைக்கு இருக்கிற மாதிரியே தான் நான் இருப்பேன் அப்படின்னா definitely we have to go for an alternative job. Tomorrow's teacher is not going to be as you've been there for all these years. You have to completely change in every aspect by learning a skill, using your technology, your pedagogical approach, your assessment approach, you are handling your student, you are no more at normal, you are not going to be a no more normal teacher. Instead of that, you are going to play a role of multiple, multiple hats you are going to wear. நான் டீச்சர் அப்படின்னு ஒரே தொப்பியை போட்டு இருந்த நம்ம ஒரே ஒரு ரோல பிளே பண்ணிருந்த நம்ம இப்போ வேற வேற ரோல் பிளே பண்ண போறீங்க. I will give you the list of roles what you are going to play. You are going to play a role of mentor. You are going to play a role of a coach. You are going to play a role of a trainer. You are going to play a role of a consultant. What do you call as a counselor? எல்லாமே நீங்க பிளே பண்ணணும். யார் யாருக்கு எப்பப்போ என்னென்ன வேணுமோ அப்பப்போ உங்களுடைய ரோலை நீங்க மாத்திக்கினே இருந்தீங்கன்னா தான் யூ ஆர் கோயிங் டு கன்சிடர் அஸ் அ டீச்சர் ஆஃப் டுமாரோ. நோ, ஐ கம் இந்த மார்னிங் வருவேன், சோஷியல் கிளாஸை முடிப்பேன், டெஸ்ட் வைப்பேன், மார்க் கொடுப்பேன். That's not going to work in your future, right? Let me quickly go with this teacher. NEP 20 recognized that the success of higher education institutions in the quality and engagement of its faculty. It is very important. NEP 2020, they realized it. In the success of this 2020, completely based upon the faculties, not anything else. HEI will have clearly defined independent and transparent process of criteria for faculty recruitment. Those are the days will go on. People, ஒரு அசிஸ்டன்ட் ப்ரொஃபஸர் ஜாபுக்கு இவ்வளவு அமௌண்ட் கொடுக்கணும், இதெல்லாம் வந்து இட் வாஸ் தேர். பட் ஃபியூச்சர் இட்ஸ் கோயிங் டு பி ஒன் வெரி டிரான்ஸ்பரண்ட். என்னென்ன கிரைட்டீரியால ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் அப்பாயின்மெண்ட் நடந்திருக்குன்னு பப்ளிக் டொமைன்ல இருக்க போகுது. யூ கேன் கோ அஹெட் அண்ட் see ரைட் ஃப்ரம் ஒரு அசிஸ்டன்ட் ப்ரொஃபஸர்ல இருந்து வைஸ் சான்சலர் வரைக்கும் என்ன கேட்டகரியில என்ன அசஸ்மெண்ட் மெக்கானிசம்ல they have been appointed என்றது டிரான்ஸ்பரண்டா இருக்க போகுது. No more backdoors been allowed here. Faculty will be given the freedom to design their own curricular and pedagogical approach within the approved framework. As I told you before, you are going to be a creator of your own syllabus, not subject, book or content. Syllabus நீங்க தான் கொடுக்க போறீங்க, கரிக்குலமே நீங்க தான் ஃப்ரேம் பண்ண போறீங்க, பெடாகாஜியும் நீங்க தான் டிசைட் பண்ண போறீங்க. Excellence will be further incentivized through appropriate rewards, promotion, recognitions, and movement, and it's not and into institutional leadership. It's not, as I told you before, sometime before, number of years of experience. Adalla inimal work avadu. Only by performance-based appraisal will be there. Faculty not delivering on basic norms will be held accountable. You know what? All these years people will be surviving something காலைல வரும் சாயங்கால போற இது மாதிரி நீங்க ஒவ்வொரு இடத்துலயும் ஒரு ரெண்டு மூணு கேரக்டர் பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம். That's not going to be happening hereafter because accountability will going to be there. Whatever they done, it's going to be transparently shown to others, shown in the portal. So coming to this last part, questions. Now I'll just stop over here. Of course, this is a very, very interesting part. Even though I took a part of this NEP 2020 about quality education, accreditation, as well as coming to teacher development. இந்தலே வந்து இன்னும் நிறைய விஷயங்கள் பேச வேண்டியது இருக்கு. But this is 1 hour session is just to give a glimpse and this is make you to realize this is not an information sharing session. This is just to have a self check where we are as an individual faculties, institution, teacher, curriculum, system, நம்ம எங்க இருக்கும், இன்னும் எவ்வளவு தூரம் போகணும்ன்றத ஒரு செல்ஃப் செக் பண்ண வேண்டிய கட்டாயத்துல இந்த ஒரு வருஷம் இருக்கும். அது that is what that 1 year happy birthday for NEP 2020 is just to check whether whether our growth is in a proper way. இல்ல நம்ம இன்னும் ஸ்டார்ட்டே பண்ணலையா, இன்னும் எங்க போக போறோம் அப்படின்றத செல்ஃப் செக் பண்ண வேண்டிய கட்டாயம். That is the objective of this program, which has been initiated by Ministry of Education, Higher Education. Okay, thanks for giving this wonderful opportunity. Now it's open. I love to answer this question, and especially many of you would have a lot of doubts and perception. Your own perception will be there. In case of anything, I can clear of my side. I'll happy to clear. To Madam, Madam, any doubts you can ask. Madam, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, please. Madam can start, I believe.
Participants, you can post your queries in chat box.
Oh, okay, that is fine. Somebody can read it out. Madam, unga side la let me call upon from because head of department கேள்வி கேட்டா ஓகே நம்மள கேள்வி கேட்கலாம் அவங்களே சும்மா இருக்க நம்ம ஏன் கேள்வி கேட்கணும்னு எல்லாம் யோசிப்பாங்க இல்லையா so you start from your side any specific doubts or clarification
இல்ல சார் ஆக்சுவலா இப்ப நம்ம வந்து அக்ரிடேஷன் NAC போறோம்ல அதே மாதிரி இப்போ வந்து இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ்க்கு நம்ம போற மாதிரி இண்டிவிஜுவல் ஸ்டாஃப்க்கு வரதுக்கு சான்சஸ் இருக்கா சார் ஏன்னா ஒரு டாக்ல சொன்னாங்க இந்த மாதிரி நம்ம இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ்க்கு இருக்கிற மாதிரி ஸ்டாஃப்க்கு கூட அவங்களோட குவாலிஃபிகேஷன் அவங்களோட எல்லாத்தையும் பேஸ் பண்ணி அவங்க எத்தனை ரிசோர்ஸ் பர்சன் எத்தனை இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ்க்கு போட்டிருக்காங்க அவங்க எத்தனை பேப்பர்ஸ் பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணிருக்காங்க அப்புறம் எத்தனை ஜேர்னல்ஸ்ல பேப்பர்ஸ் போட்டிருக்காங்க ஸோ இதெல்லாம் பேஸ் பண்ணி டீச்சர்ஸ்க்கு வந்து அக்ரிடேஷன் வரதுக்கு சான்சஸ் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க இஸ் இட் ட்ரூ சார்
Actually, இது புதுசு இல்ல மேடம் ஏற்கனவே வந்து we have this system. I don't know how many of you heard about API ன்னு ஒன்னு இருக்கு. We have something called API, Academic Performance Index ன்னு இருக்கு. Because that is what அதுதான் இது எல்லாமே இருக்கு. ஆனா வந்து implementation stageல பல இடங்களே தெரியாது. Let me take in this way. Universities, people like us know in engineering, AICT accredited institutions, we strongly prefer this API. API base பண்ணி தான் ப்ரொமோஷனோ இன்க்ரிமெண்டோ இல்ல எனி அதர் கிராண்ட்ஸ் கொடுக்கணும்னா அது ஏபிஐ ஸ்கோர் பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் அந்த ஏபிஐ எப்படின்றதுனாக்கா we have huge number of parameters அதுல ஒன்னு ரெண்டு பேராமீட்டர் நீங்க ஏற்கனவே சொல்லிட்டீங்க based upon your index factors பேப்பர் போடுறது ரிசர்ச் பப்ளிகேஷன் பண்றது எத்தனை பேட்டர்ன் வாங்கியிருக்கீங்க எத்தனை PhD ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க எத்தனை ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் ஃபண்டிங் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் எடுத்திருக்கீங்க apart from that எவ்வளவு ரிசல்ட்ஸ் அப்போ டீச்சிங் ஆல்சோ கன்சிடர் எத்தனை ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் உங்ககிட்ட ஜாயின் பண்ணியிருக்கான் எவ்வளவு பேர் வந்து பாஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கான் தென் அவனுடைய பாசிங் பர்சன்டேஜ் ஸ்கோர் ஓவரால் ஸ்கோர் பிளஸ் அவனுடைய பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ஃபேக்கல்டி அவன் பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ஆயிட்டு அலுமினியா வந்து அவன் கொடுக்குற இன்புட்ஸ் எல்லாம் பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் இந்த API ஸ்கோர் will be calculated. Based upon the API score, your performance will be taken for promotion. This is already there. Nothing new in this one. It is not implemented. See, implementation வரும்போதோ நம்ம ஆல் கொஸ்டின் ஒரு செல்ஃப் ஃபினான்சிங் காலேஜ்ல நீ ஒரு 20,000 ரூபாய் சம்பளம் வாங்கினுங்கிறோம் அவங்ககிட்ட இவ்வளவு பெருசா கொடுத்து நீ இதெல்லாம் பண்ணனா இதே that is what the difference I said. No, there is one more category same kind of job. இப்போ நீங்க பண்ற அதே ஜாப் வேற ஒரு இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ்ல பண்றாங்க மேபி ஹையர் எஜுகேஷன் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் எடுத்துப்போம் அவங்களுக்கு 2 லட்சம் ரூபாய் இவங்களுக்கு 20,000 ரூபாய் சம்பளம் இப்போ இந்த டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கிறதுனால இவங்களை போய் யாரும் வந்து இன்சஸ்ட் பண்றது இல்லை கொடுக்கறதே ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது what do you call the tidbits மாதிரி தான் அவங்களுக்கு ரெகுலரேஷன் கொடுக்கும் போதோ நீ இதெல்லாம் பண்ணணும் பண்ணலன்னா நான் ஏற்கனவே உனக்கு ஒன்றும் கொடுக்கல இது பண்ண மட்டும் நான் புதுசாக கொடுக்க போறதில்ல ஸோ அதனால இட் வாஸ் பட் ஃபியூச்சர்ல இது எல்லாமே இருக்க போறதுல எவ்ரிபடி வில் பி ஃபாலோயிங் தட் API score is a common factor which is already there. I hope you would have, I don't know whether you heard about it. API means academic performance indicator. Madam, I don't know whether I answered your question. This is yes, what we follow it. It's already there, madam. Any questions? Any questions from faculties or any questions from students? Interestingly, because they are in a different thing, அவங்களுக்கு வந்து இது எந்த விதத்துல என்ன எஃபெக்ட் ஆக போகுது நான் இந்த வருஷத்தோட முடிச்சுட்டு போறேன் இல்ல அடுத்த வருஷத்தோட முடிச்சுட்டு போறேன் நீங்க 35 40 அப்பெல்லாம் அது வரைக்கும் நான் என்ன படிச்சுன்னு இருக்க போறேன் அப்படின்ற ஒரு மைண்ட் செட் இருக்கும் இல்லையா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு any questions on that part? I just like to answer it. Madam, any question because I am not able to see the chat box here. My window is still occupied. Any questions?
Participants,
anybody is moderating the
chat box?
Yeah.
Participants, you can post your queries in the chat box. No, sir. Shall we wind up, sir?
Yeah, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir, for your valuable insight on the topic higher education, re-aggregation, and teacher development. To mark the end of today's session, now I request you to Mrs. Malini Pemakumari, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Application and Computer Science, to propose the vote of thanks. Ma'am.
Oh, Malini madam, line la da irkingala nee unga side la indha question kettunu paathom.
Okay, sir. Good evening to all. Thank you is the best prayer that anyone would say. I say that only a lot. I deem it a great honor and a privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a great success. First and foremost, I thank our chief guest, Dr.C.V.Suresh Babu, Associate Professor in Hindustan University, who has come to motivate us by his presence. We are grateful to our founder, Chairman Dr. S. Devaraj, and Veilankanni's group of educational institutions for his constant support and encouraging us in all our initiatives. I thank our Vice Chairperson, Dr. Delphine Devaraj, for supporting us. My heartfelt thanks to our Secretary, Dr. D. Devanand, and Veilankanni's group of educational institutions who has been a driving force to make this day a happening one. I thank our Director, Dr. D. Johnny Christopher, for being a source of inspiration. I thank our Principal, Mrs. Aline Tevasudin, Vice Principal, Mallika Ma'am, and Veilankanni's College for Women for their guidance in all our ventures. I owe special gratitude to all the staff and students for their cooperations in making this day a resounding success. Once again, thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Madam, shall I leave?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Bye.